Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. We're getting ready for Stage 2 of RDS Open. We've serviced the SX, fixed anything that was broken, touched up the wrap, took into account mistakes made during the previous event. The tires should stay seated this time, and with that, let's go conquer the podium.
In this video, we experiment in this chapter. Good as new. This event has been an emotional roller coaster, having a fucking good old time. Our car carrier, in honor of best wishes, is leaving for Ryazan, via Kolomna, where we'll pick up Alex, and then it's off to the races. The weather sucks. It's damp and unpleasant, but at least it's warm, which is why we expect snow.
Let's Matt.
Look at you shaking your head. It's like you're arguing with me that I conjure up the weather. It'll be fine. We've cleaned the Iveco. There won't be any bums moving in here. Anyway, we're off to the races. Good for us.
Every single day I feel the pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah. Working like I never knew I'm blessed, yeah. Every single day I feel the pressure. Diamonds in my eyes, I know I'm special. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. In the gym, I gotta get my...
We've made it to Ryazan. As always, we have overcast. You rarely see good weather in these parts. It's either overcast or rain or wind, but we've brought our lovely 200SX on its new rims. A surplus, well, it belongs to someone else, but nobody seems to be claiming it, so it'll be our surplus. Anyway, we have a surplus of tires and wheels, and we're going to be driving non-stop for the whole of Friday. We'll try 0.4 atmospheres out of curiosity and see what happens. I don't think that trick will work with this size, but we'll see. The car will be fitted with a drift dynamic system, meaning we can record the speeds. It slides initially, but then I'm limited by power. I tried using the first setting, but the car was barely pulling through. I'm unable to rev the engine out with this gearing. There's just not enough power in the first setting. Either it needs shorter gearing, or use the second setting. Even in the second setting, it's not going to rev out. This setup doesn't work here. The track in Rostov allowed for maintaining significantly higher speeds in some spots. Well, that's unfortunate. You know, removing the spacers might help us in the rain. Yeah, I think it might. It is worth a try. Prior to swapping the tires, I'd take them out. First, let's try a different final drive. Yeah, let's do that. If it doesn't work, we remove the spacers. We experiment in this chapter. Last time I went through there, it was really bad. I also went a bit narrow in that spot, but hey, that's just sort of how it is. You gonna go out again? I'm waiting for my team to do some adjustments. Yeah, well, we're also filling up and changing wheels. I still want to know, is the acceleration initiation lane slippery or not? It's a bit slippery, isn't it? Yeah, well, right until the flick, it is a bit slippery. From there, you have a tiny damp spot, and after that, the car sticks like hell. But going full send, initiating as if the track is fully dry, I mean, holy shit. Sketchy, eh? I'd prefer to avoid it. We would like to preserve our cars until the final race, right? A bit too narrow? Yep. I feel like we might want to fit a 4.1:1 for the dry pavement. Otherwise, you were just perfect. Check this out. Looking aggressive. We can definitely go with a 4.1 to 1 in the dry. If you insist. A 4.1 to 1 will bring the speed up even higher, I can assure you that. Hey, if you say so. No, I'm telling you, man. You want a 4.1 to 1? You saw, I was late to get on throttle. Initially, the tires slip on the damp pavement, and then they find grip. We were replacing the wheels? Yeah, the wheels and the final drive. You want to put the spacers back in? Which ones? The ones that were on there. We're gonna fit them with the wheels anyway. Well, yeah, we fit the spacers and the wheels. First, let's test fit them without the spacers. Are you sure? You usually go out with spacers. No, the spacers have to be on. Are you listening? Do we put the spacers on or not? Can I be sure that they were on all the time? They were. Okay, then put them in. So you want the spacers installed. Alex? Yeah, I heard you, and the final drive. 4.1 to 1. I guess it depends on whether it'll rain or not. No, that's not the point. Higher gearing is preferable, the car just isn't making it. So you want a 4.1 to 1. Initiation zone will be damp while the curve is going to be dry. We need that extra wheel speed. Without it, I'll go too narrow and then we're cooked. But with it, I slip for a bit, hit the gas, and go wide, yeah? That's the way to do it. In mixed conditions, you need that extra bit of wheel speed. Car has to be set up like if it was dry. Well, you're essentially driving over a dry surface anyway. Day 1 of the event, qualifying. Hey everyone. A fresh, new, sunny day is upon us. The weather is looking good. And the forecast is great. Plus 15 Celsius, sunshine, good stuff. Anatoly is going to be qualifying today, the practice session is about to begin. And we removed the spoiler just because. Well, it was actually getting in his way, so we took it off. They put us in qualifying group 1. So we'll get a run in while it's cold and then go chill. Good for us. Yesterday was practice day, and we were practicing quite a lot, with there not being too many cars present. But conditions on the track are very inconsistent. First you have rain with the whole thing getting wet, then it would dry out in patches, wet initiation zone, then the curve right after is super dry and grippy, and a bit lethargic from there. Then you'd have more patches drying out and becoming dry as a bone. Everybody is having trouble hitting the clips and maintaining consistent angles. So the tandem drifting should be very interesting. And scores for qualifying, I see them going from here to, well, somebody might even earn 100 points or close to it, like 95. 100 would be a stretch, and 50 on the low end. It's tough to call. Greetings to all of the fans of drifting. We are happy to see you at the second stage of the 2025 season of RDS Open. At the starting line, we have a contender who was on the podium during the previous event, and who has actually won at the Ryazan circuit in the past. Anatoly Shcherbak from Moscow driving a 200SX, running a 700 horsepower 2J. Anatoly's car appears to be taller than usual, but these settings allow him to effectively navigate this track, and let's look on. See what happens during this first qualifying attempt of his. Oh, wow, that was an enthusiastic flick. And here we go, touching the first 4 clips with his rear left wheel. Then Anatoly Shcherbak hits 5 with his front right wheel, transitions into touch and go 6. On his way to 7, now exiting the second sector and entering the third. Moving with confidence towards the finish line while catching all of the clipping points and with throttle being applied where it should have been. Where drivers were instructed to keep it pinned. He nailed his line, but he didn't quite get the initiation right, what do you know? Indeed he didn't. They did request drivers to avoid overly aggressive countersteering. Oh yeah, right, Anatoly in the meantime, his movements were too dramatic, but 92 points is how much they gave our racing driver Anatoly Shcherbak. I decided to risk it back there. Yeah, I saw. Here's your... Why'd they remove points? My line was perfect. Your line was on point. Why'd they remove style points? Your flick was too dramatic. Really? Yeah, show me the video. So that's the reason. Yep, but there's no other way to do it. Well, that's how it is, dude. How was it too dramatic? That was a decent flick. I think I did a perfect job with this track. No, I'm sticking to it. By all means. No need to get overly creative. No need to change anything. That was a great run though, right? It was amazing. It was terrific. I couldn't have done it. No one else initiates like that, right? Right, you're the first one. Anatoly earned 92 points for his first attempt, and he's the only driver to earn 90 plus. He's best in qualifying. Yes, so far he has the highest score in qualifying. You know what? Even though Anatoly has won here in the past at an RDS Europe event, he never won qualifying. Been best in qualifying. Alright, so at the starting line we have a purple... His 200SX has a similar hue to Ilya Fyodorov's car, actually. He's driving an S14 Sylvia with an impressive power figure of 800 horsepower, which are currently propelling him down the straightaway, a very deliberate initiation. Yes, he did use his handbrake, but he didn't have it on for long. Hitting touch and goes 1, 2, 3, Anatoly stays true to form with his aggressive and smoky driving style. Lost a bit of pace there, but then it should be obvious why, though Anatoly Shcherbak is still meticulously going through all of the clips. The final transition, touch and go 9, and there's the finish line. Oh wow, and he was able to improve on his result, what do you know? And quite considerably, I'd even say. His line turned out to be perfect, and this has to be the first time we're seeing perfect execution of sectors 2 and 3, no points removed, and just 4.5 points detracted for angle and style in sector 1. And so what do we got? 30 for line, 32.5 for angle, 33 for style, 95.5 points overall, and bravo, Anatoly! So he improved his score. 95.5. I did brake while pulling the handbrake, but I got into position quicker. Only for a brief moment, then I was on throttle. Cool? You can do it if you put your mind to it. Give me 5. We are best in qualifying, which is good news. We have sunny weather, which is great news. We're in good spirits, which makes it even better. And that's all the good news I have. We're about to go out and practice. Anatoly concocted some kind of plan yesterday to improve his initiation, which he's going to try out now. Also, in order to stay close and be fast in the tandem portion. Stay close and go fast, that's the way to go. Tore the thread off, Alex. Spherical bearing let go. You want me to go get an axle shaft? Nothing lasts forever. Rotate the wheel. That's enough. At least you get to shoot some new footage, right, Alyona? Aside from us just driving.
It was too uneventful. Now at least there's some action.
You'll see. Of course you're having a fucking good old time. It'll be fine, believe me. There, good as new.
That's it, the car is ready.
The deed is done. Greetings to all of the drifting fans. Today we get to the main portion of the event, which is the tandem drifting. Group 1 is up. Anatoly Shcherbak was best in qualifying yesterday, with his 95.5 point second attempt. And now he is pitted against Alexei Bakhvalov. The light has gone green, the two cars set off accelerating down parallel tracks. After 120 meters they initiate, a bit of countersteer, and their motions are completely synchronized. Alexei Bakhvalov is clinging to the 200SX. Anatoly Shcherbak works through Sector 1 with Alexei Bakhvalov transitioning in step. The rear bumper peeling off from his car as it's supposed to. It's become something of a theme recently. And just look at how aggressively Tamashi Kultura Zanos's driver is following. Well done, Anatoly. Your lead run was good, and he also did well, he was close. Okay, this time Alexei Bakhvalov is going to be in the lead car, with Anatoly Shcherbak behind him following. These signals are lighting up, and there's the green light, signifying the start of this battle. Alexei Bakhvalov is getting up to speed in his G87 comp, with Anatoly's Nissan right behind, and that was a dramatic initiation with Anatoly Shcherbak hitting the white line. That was some serious correction on his part. Then he blows right past the inner touch-and-go 5, though it's not that critical of an issue when chasing. Now he's finally able to synchronize with the lead car, but Alexei Bakhvalov did a fantastic job with the first curve. Anatoly was really risking it. Oh, there was a tap. What do you know? We didn't see that at first. And that begs the question whether this incident was caused by the leader's hesitance. It very well might be his fault. You're correct to assume that the leader might have contributed, because like you said, Alexei did get on throttle, but he wasn't really on it, was he? The wheels on his M2 were spinning, that's for sure, though they weren't producing much smoke. Yeah, compared to how much smoke he was generating later. Yeah, don't see any smoke, and only right before the collision did it appear, it would seem. Let's try to analyze this situation. Upon contact, Alexei Bakhvalov was traveling at about 68 kilometers an hour, while Anatoly Shcherbak's top speed when they were accelerating got up to 114. Obviously, when they collided, his speed dropped down to 62 kilometers an hour. Their acceleration figures were similar. What I want to know is how Alexei Bakhvalov was initiating during the qualifying session. I'm not going to jump to any conclusions, but I am going to share some numbers with you. During qualifying, in the same spot where Anatoly Shcherbak and Alexei Bakhvalov collided, the latter's speed was 77 kilometers an hour, while during this round it was 68. Yeah, those are just the raw numbers. We're not going to extrapolate anything. Now it's all up to the judges. And let's see, Alexei Bakhvalov is... So that's how it's going to be. He is given the win, he will progress to the top 8 stage, and we'd like to extend our gratitude to Anatoly Shcherbak. Thank you very much. So where's the next event going to be? At the Moscow Raceway?
I think so, though I'm not sure.
My main regret is that I wasn't able to get enough tandem practice. We had a collision at the get-go, and I didn't get any proper tandem drifting practice in. Loser has to lug wheels around. You upset now? I am actually upset. Not necessarily because we lost, but rather, not clear what we should have done. Yeah, it's more about the judging, in terms of choosing the right speed. Well, yeah, he was going full bonsai during practice. In qualifying, his speed was higher by 10, well, 9 kilometers an hour, but then he's like, you know what? Yeah, why not do everyone dirty like that? And now we have the best in qualifying from the Pro category. From Moscow, driving an S14 generation Nissan 200SX, we have Anatoly Shcherbak. This event has been an emotional roller coaster. After getting first place in qualifying, our mood was up here. After losing in the top 16, it was down here. And we don't quite understand why we lost. Obviously, there was a tap, which you're meant to avoid. We're aware of that. But the assignment says you're meant to be on throttle, which our opponent failed to do. But the judges make the call. In the meantime, we'll keep improving, working on the cars, on the drivers, and making an effort to win. Also, it just occurred to us that third place in Rostov was sweeter than how things played out here, when first we were best in qualifying, but then lost in the tandem drifting portion. It feels very different. When we got third place, it was like, yeah, this is awesome. It's not the same as winning, but it's not that far off. But qualifying the best with the actual competition playing out like it did, that is a major letdown. I strongly disagree with the judges, but those are just the rulings that they make in this series. But we're gonna keep on hammering, competing, figuring stuff out, and finishing on the podium. 2 stages in, 2 trophies, good on us.